seedlings.
Welcome back to Seeds.
Yeah, you know what I just realized?
No.
All of our shows, which we don't really have, well, we have a bunch, but we don't really do a bunch anymore. But, like, you make me do all the intros.
I do. I make everything.
But, like, no, you don't.
So on mine, I don't have a choice.
No, on all yours,
counterculture.
Welcome back. And on all our shows, you're like, no, you do it. Why is that?
I don't know. It's polite. It's ladies first.
Oh, is that why?
I think really, realistically, I think it started out me being conscious of the fact that if you let me, I would talk the whole time and you would say nothing. So
that's if I would let you.
Right, but I think when we started out, I didn't know how it was going to go, right? Like, so we didn't know whether you were going to have the intestinal fortitude to
cut you
talk
off?
over me.
Oh, come on. Of course I do.
And
if I could do it at church, I can do it here.
If you look at the beginning of our Seeds stuff, you will see that
I was very different.
You talked very little.
I was like, yes, sir.
Yeah, you were like
sir.
deferring to me all the time. Now you'd be like, no, Amy, that's wrong. That's wrong. And now people see Mel in the middle, and they're like, that is a totally different person right there. Like I don't want to be sitting in the middle of her. That's right. She just is like, I am ready to get you. I love it. It's great.
Let's go.
All right,
Isaiah 6. We're going to finish it today. Promise. Right now.
your first.
Going to read the end. So Isaiah got called. He said, me, pick me. That's the summer translation.
And God looked all around and went, yeah, all right, I guess we'll take you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And since I burnt your face off with a hot coal, I may as well.
Yeah, hence the hot. Hey, Isaiah, you were already picked, hence the hot coal.
He's like, here's where your torture will begin. I'm going to burn your face off with a hot coal. No problem. Don't worry, I can God heal you, though, instantly afterwards.
It's funny because out of all of the people that God interacts with like this, like it seems like Isaiah's like the only one that he says, who will go? Like David, it's, hey, bend your head over, here's some anointing oil, you're going to be the next king, right? Moses, it's, I pick you, right? Noah, it's like, hey, Noah, here's the instructions, build an ark, right?
There's a lot of fire, though. Now I'm thinking about it. Hot coals, burning bushes. What else?
There's a bunch.
Fire.
There's a bunch of things that God does to be like, this is my guy.
God really likes fire.
He loves fire. He loves water. He loves dreams, right? Like, I mean, he elevated
cool.
Joseph.
He likes really cool things.
But he elevated Joseph. He elevated Daniel, right? By dreams. Like that's how they got their claim to fame.
Important.
Right, you look at that. Joseph got to be second in command of like the highest place in the world. How?
Off a dream.
Because he interpreted a dream. How did he get to be a slave? Oh, he talked about a dream.
A dream. Shut up, dude.
Right? So you tell the wrong people the dreams, you end up a slave. You tell the right person the dream, you end up a second in charge person.
Yeah, so, okay, we might not even get to this. I listened to a video the other day about, like, I love this guy. Like, it was awesome because it's something I would so say. He's like, when God blesses you, keep your mouth shut. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, shut up. Like, stop telling everybody. Like, and I thought of Joseph, and I'm just like, yeah. Well, imagine if you had your dream and you shut up. Like, because that's what made them all hate his guts and throw him in the hole and all that thing. Like, seriously, what if he just shut up?
It's funny because...
How would God have done all that? Because it's just... I mean, he would have, but, like, it's just so interesting. Like, yeah, look at all the problems. Now, did God still use it and it still worked out and it was still... Yeah, but holy cannoli.
You wonder if Joseph would have...
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, Joseph would have been sitting there, eating best of foods, doing all this stuff still, and then all of a sudden Pharaoh's like, hey, I'm looking for a second guy, and pick him out of nowhere, right? But God...
It's like what we were saying, like, God has, like, multiple options for you, and he's like, okay, well, here's the end game.
Yeah, and he knows...
Pick your path.
He knows the plan, right? You look at the flip side of that, is like David. David never promoted that he was going to be king that I know of, right? But yet everywhere he went, from Jonathan to Saul to the prophets to the priests to the average people, they were all talking about him. They all knew he was going to be the next king, right? But he never went around saying, I'm going to be the next king. It got him in tons of trouble because everybody knew, but he had to live it out.
Well, yeah, he said nothing and almost died a million times. Like, imagine if he was like, yeah, look at me, like, I'm the king, God told me.
And you wonder, because we have we have this huge dichotomy
Off with his head.
in the Christian world, right? If David had embraced his gifting more, like if he had said, "Hey, I am going to be the next king," would he have waited 13 years? Right? Like we have this constant battle within our minds of, do I sit back and wait for God, or do I have to go get what God wants from
And this is why I say all you have to do is pray.
Right?
And say, God, should I tell people this or should I not tell people this?
It's a funny thing.
Yes or no?
Because we get this, Hannah got rewarded because she went and begged God and she got a child and she did it year after year, right? And God listened and did. But there's no evidence that says she got the child quicker than she would have if she would have sat around doing nothing, complaining. Sarah didn't get it any quicker and she complained, right? And tried to do it her way.
I'm convinced it took longer because she complained.
Right. But you look at people and you're just like, what do we do with this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And again, the answer is, in Isaiah, the answer is when God finally says, hey, let's do it, you go, yep, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right? The problem is most of us, when God says, let's do it, we answer, yeah, not sure.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Yep, that's exactly
tell me
right.
first. It's like when you say, promise you won't get mad about what? I'm not promising until you tell me.
Yes.
But let me read what he told him to do. And
let's go.
Well.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. So he said, go. He said, here am I, send me. He said, okay. Go and tell this people, hear you indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. And the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return and shall be eaten, as a teil tree, as an oak, whose substance is in them. When they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. Okay, can I just say...
Super exciting for Isaiah, huh?
This is not helping. Don't let Mel hear this.
Yeah, okay.
Because I've been saying, like, oh, God starts and goes easy on you at first. And, like, when you start really, like, listening to him and all the things, like, he understands and he knows we're people and all. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, you ready? Okay, good. Go tell these people they have no ears to hear, no eyes to see. Make them fat. They're all going to die. They're going to be desolate. It's like, what? Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, well, so...
First assignment.
How would you like your first assignment to be? Go talk to these people. And I said, all right, how long do you want me to tell them a message? Until they can't hear your message anymore because they're not here. Right? Because they're going to all be taken away. You'd be like, well, wait a second. Like it's almost like God saying...
On repeat.
Yeah, God saying...
I know what that's like.
To people, all right,
People
I want you to go to your job and tell people they need Jesus. All right, how long do I need to do this? Until you get fired.
Yeah,
or until
until they kill you.
Until your plant closes down.
That's
right?
so
Like, wait. Like, basically, in this thing, Isaiah is being told, hey, I want you to go talk to people, and oh, by the way, here's what's going to happen. Their land's going to be uninhabitable. They're going to be somewhere else. Like, this is problematic, right? Would God do this? Is God going to tell you to go do something, right? That again, that seemingly is, why am I doing this?
Yeah. Well, and it's like, we just think like, oh man, I'd have to go into church and say that, how scary. No. This was different. Isaiah was in the palace. This was him going to the king.
Yep.
And telling the king all of this about Israel. This was not about like a church and like a little tiny like thing where it's like, oh yeah, you're telling the king. Like, he can literally just like off with his head.
Yeah.
Like, this is not like, oh, they kick you out of church and yell at you and you're embarrassed at the end. Like, this is, you're dead at the end.
Yeah.
All these prophets knew it was, well, I'm gonna die, basically, when I tell a king the word of God. I might die, I might not, but eventually I'll die, because eventually there will be a king that will chop my head off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this
Which
is
is exactly what happened to him, minus the head thing or something else. But
we hear about all the special forces, right, in our armed forces, right? The fact that these guys sign up for missions voluntarily, they sign up for missions that they
Suicide
know they're
missions.
probably not coming back from, right? And some of these guys have been on 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 missions like this, right?
Yeah.
They know every time,
it's like
every
Russian
time.
roulette.
Right. I might not come back from this. I might not be, right? But they sign up for it anyway, right?
Well, because what better? It's the same way those guys feel. What better way to go out? Right? They're like, what better way to go out than serving my country? Well, what better way to go out than being a prophet for God?
What better way than being obedient?
Yeah.
Right. So,
Like,
and again, that's not our mindset today. Our mindset, if God said to us, all right, listen, I need you to plan a Bible school, right, for this community, and we're like, yeah, all right, great. And God's like, I need you to do all the work. I need you to, get ready. And oh, wait, nobody's coming. Right? We'd be like, wait, what? Then why would we do it? Why are we going to waste resources? Why are we going to, like, this?
just so I know you'd do it.
Right. This in nature, but also so that the community has no excuse. Like, they were told, they were given opportunities, they were given options, they were given,
Sure.
right, like the ability to get this, right?
Yeah.
And so that becomes super important. Like, God sometimes, he knows ahead. Like, he knows who's going to take him, who's not. And again, as pastors, we get up front. We talk to people, right? We talk at people. God knows which ones are going to be ever hearing and never understanding. And yet every week we prep for them and we prepare for them and we take care of them. But God already knows. Like, why did he call us to be pastors to people who aren't going to listen? Like, but it's because so then those people
So
are
they
without
don't have,
excuse.
yeah, they have no excuse. God's like, well, I gave you 5,487 chances
Yeah, again.
this year.
God plays within the free will rule. Like, I'm going to keep giving you opportunities to hear, right?
And that's good practice for the other people.
Exactly.
Like
but
Isaiah.
we prep, right? But we don't know. We don't know where the growth is coming from. We don't know who's going to get it, right? We don't. And Isaiah's like, all right, I want to go. And God's like, okay, but here's the deal. I'm sending you people who are always hearing and never understand.
Welcome to the club, Isaiah.
Yeah, we don't want to be like that. But if God asked Isaiah to do that and attached a wooden saw at the end of it, imagine what he's going to do for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's not. Let's just worry about today. Like God says, don't think about tomorrow.
That's a good
Just
idea.
do what he says today. Be obedient.
Yeah.
Say, pick me, pick me, pick me.
That's exactly right.
And cross your fingers. And
Love it.
pray.
It's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Just be obedient.
Yeah. Well, seedlings, saplings, and whoever else is watching, we've somehow completed an entire chapter in the Bible in only
4 episodes.
No.
Was it longer?
We did 3
Oh,
today.
gee, might have been 5.
3, 4. It was 5.
Okay.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a month and a week.
Yeah, but
2 outfits.
When you think of
We did it in 2 outfits.
13 verses, that's a little.
Yeah, a month and a week for 13.
Man, it makes me feel good about being in 1 Corinthians for a year or so.
Good thing we don't do Gospels.
Yeah.
Their chapters are like 2 pages long.
Ooh, maybe we need to
That
start
would
doing
take a year.
We need to start doing some gospel stories. All right.
Okay, seedlings. We'll see you next week. Bye.